Finals just got its brand new update 1.10 with a massive community event. I'll go over all the details of that, including some previews for Season 2. We also have some cool hidden details throughout the maps, where you can also find the new OST drop, and a whole bunch more. What's up, world? Should be back at the Riptors. You got all things the finals. Okay, so let's just jump into Patch Notes 1.10. I'll also cover the opening statements that also includes the community event. So here we do have a statement from Oscar over on Discord, who said it's time for the first ever community event. They want to say here, we're challenging all of you to cash out $250 billion in 1 week. And should you succeed, everyone who contributed will receive a hot pink version of the Tungsten Disguise in-game item. He went on here to say, in order to contribute to the event, all you need to do is play as normal during the event and finish any game with any amount of money cashed out. The event will run from 1 week, starting right now, the 29th of February, ending on the 7th of March. Where he further elaborates here that said, how do you know that the community is on track? I'm glad you asked. We got a website set up and running right now, where you can check how the community is doing right here. Again, I will leave a link to this down below so you can look for yourself. You can also check if you're in the top 1,000 contributors by searching your name in the leaderboard. Now, there is another huge part of this event, where Oscar goes on to say that alongside the event, we have now enabled you to link your Discord account to your Embark ID. That way they can now reach out to you directly. The reason being here is if you link your Discord account to your Embark ID and react to this post with the little finals logo, they'll pick one random t-shirt winner each day. This will happen at 10 a.m. CET while the community event is live. They'll announce all the winners over on the server announcements, so again, I'll have a link down below to the Discord. So in order to be eligible for that, you will need to link your Discord account to your Embark ID. Again, I'll have links to all that stuff down below so you can do everything and link everything together and have the potential of winning a t-shirt. Now, this does also conclude alongside an event, which is the Smoking Gun event, which is a brand new event with free rewards. This is actually an early beta game mode that they had back then, which was called Single Round Tournament. In this mode, obviously 4 teams go against each other at an arena at once. They compete against each other in a single round. Again, some really cool rewards here that you can earn for completely free. But before we jump into the actual patch notes, if you do enjoy the original gameplay and classes-based mechanics of the finals, then be sure to check out today's video sponsor.
Unicorn Overlord transports the players into a captivating realm of retro fantasy strategy. And completely unlike 13 Sentinels, this game focuses on an entirely different aspect that lies mostly in strategy and tactics. It's an actual true classic fantasy tale that pays homage to the classic 16 and 32-bit strategy RPGs. Set the date for March 8th because this becomes available on most platforms, including Nintendo Switch, Xbox Series X and S, PS5, and PS4.
And there's even a demo that you can play right now that carries over your progress to the full release.
This game is truly packed with overworld exploration, where you can truly immerse yourself in unique freedom of play in this expansive world which is set to be explored. Gather new allies, forge bonds, gather materials, reclaim or even rebuild towns, then even train those allies which will allow you to embark on quests, whether it's an insane amount of weapon variety, or either additionally other items to be collected and even customized, which also includes a dynamic amount of classes and class types with relevant classes to them, where you could be anything from an armored fighter to a scout thief, or even a flying type that's a griffin knight. The synergy between those class types and their racials mirrors directly, which allows you to build the ultimate squad for any given challenge, mission, or stage, and additionally allows you a variety of ways to actually beat and encounter that stage, which leads to an insane amount of visual style and variety, with beautiful battle and cutscenes, which leads to some crazy dynamic visuals and great stylized gameplay. On top of the nostalgic look and feel and the immersive music, this game will keep bringing you back.
Again, be sure to check out my link down below if you want to check out Unicorn Overlord, which also has that free demo that you can play right now. Moving on to the actual patch notes, again, we do have the opening statement there. However, this opening statement here does cover most of what I've already said with the other ones. However, there is some additional context here, which is, and don't miss out on the opportunity to collect the Chamber Chum Twitch drop. So there will be an additional Twitch drop happening alongside this event. This looks to be a charm, and it will be running alongside this event exactly. So starting right now on February 29th all the way to March 7th, 6 a.m. CST. Now jumping into the actual patch notes, for the gameplay section we do actually have some decent changes here. One being that they lowered the time for when you can cancel an emote to 1.5 seconds from 3. I know I had a big contention with that you couldn't cancel your emotes, so now that you actually can, seems to be a decent change there. They also fixed an issue with the play again button when it became unavailable at unintended times. They also fixed an issue with a tournament screen which caused to get interrupted if you were eliminated just before the transition happened. They fixed a bug where the camera could appear offset in the end of the round screens. They had a pretty big UI fix here where they fixed the mouse cursor disappearing when using the system's menu while in gameplay. You can also now equip items directly from the store and the equipment page. which I know is always a little confusing after you purchase equipment and then couldn't put it on. There's also a weird exploit issue here where you could equip multiple skins to the same gun, and this caused a various of error codes for players. Animation got some fixes with some deformation mesh changes, which seemed to improve the characters overall. Again, security got some general security updates. Obviously, they're not going to go into details there with that. There's also some issues with shadow quality improvements on the lower quality settings, so they did make some improvements there to the shadow quality. Another huge one here is they optimized the system memory usage of the actual game. Seems like that'll get a nice little performance jump for people with low-end RAM or lower amounts of RAM, or maybe even a potential memory leak that was happening, so hopefully that will be a lot better for players. They fixed a number of console-specific crashes, especially on the Xbox Series S model, which of course is the lowest-end console that was experiencing a lot of performance issues across a lot of different games. Good to see they're still making improvements on it and not hindering the other series or the other consoles. They did also mention that there's various improvements to the performance on the game across the board. We'll have to wait and see on how much those performance gains actually are. Now we do actually have a known issues tab here. One of the bigger ones here is the antivirus program CrowdStrike prevents players from being able to launch the finals. So if you're running into the trouble of launching the game, please check if you have the software actually installed. And again, if you are using an antivirus program, you shouldn't really be using one. Windows 10 and Windows 11 security is basically the best you can get, or otherwise known as Windows Defender. You really don't need a third-party antivirus program. All you're really doing is hindering your performance if you are using a third-party antivirus program. And unless you seriously need to encrypt your data for some sort of security job, there is really no other reason why to not use Windows 10 Security or Windows 10 Defender over any other third-party program, as it is built right into the system. Now they do mention here that the smoking gun screen or splash screen actually shows an incorrect end date and time. It reads as February 28th, but the event will end on March 7th. Seems like they weren't able to get that error fixed before the actual update was going to be launching, but instead of pushing the update back, they kind of just launched it with that end screen showing the incorrect information. So if you are noticing that, just be sure that it's not the actual correct end date, and the correct end date is March 7th. Now for the Sandstorm version of Las Vegas, they had issues of players spawning under the sand, so they've gone ahead and actually disabled that version of Las Vegas for now. Now moving on, we actually do have some of those Season 2 updates. So first off, I do want to make a correction from my last video that Season 2 is not 2 months away. It's actually only 2 weeks away, which is set to release on March 14th, 2024. So far the details are that we will get a new 12-page battle pass. We also do have some speculation that it will pull away from the actual in-game show and be more pertained to the actual virtual world, as we do have a weapon skin here that kind of is a little off, which reads as this: a weapon skin that brings the real world to the virtual world. So the theory is here that the finals might break free from its game show shackles, or that at least might be more lucrative in terms of that for Season 2. This both pertains to the new story lore intro that I showcased in my last video, as well as, that new skin that kind of got leaked. Also, I know a lot of people were waiting for that OST drop. I'll have a link down below to all the places that you can find the OST, which includes Spotify, Apple Music, YouTube Music, Tidal, and a bunch of others, if you are actually wanting to listen to that. The PlayStation Network or the PlayStation Plus is also receiving some exclusive rewards. So if you do have the PlayStation Plus or are a PlayStation Plus member, there is 2 outfits and 12 weapon skins, which is quite a lot. This does go live on the 5th of March. So if you're already a PlayStation Plus member, this is an easy pickup. A late minute mentionable here is that if you are on the actual Las Vegas map, you can see the Las Vegas sphere from the distance. Really cool detail that they added this before the map's launch. Curious what you guys think about the community event, as well as what you think is going to happen for Season 2. Overall, that should about cover for today's video. Like, subscribe, and until the next one. Deuces.